everybody. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Christina here from Crafty Stamp Co. And today I am going to be showing you the new crew kit, the Crafty Crew Kit. But I also have some super fun stuff to show you. So I'm really excited. So, one of the first things is if you've been to our site or if you've known me for a while, you all know that I had a sketchbook that I had put together with some friends. I did all my sketches. Um, these are all sketches that I've done throughout the years. I just took cards that I had made myself and then did the sketch and thought somebody else might like to have it. So you could get it for $5 on either Amazon or on the Crafty Stamp Co. website for $5 for the digital PDF version. But I'm a very hands-on kind of girl. I really like real books. I do have my Kindle, but I like to have real, I like to read a book. I like pages. I love the smell of a new book. So I got with the company that does our cards, our pattern paper. And I asked him, I was like, can you do this? And he said, absolutely. So guess what? It is now in print and we're selling out pretty fast, which is exciting to me. Like super exciting to me that everybody wants my little book. And, but it's all wire bound. So that way you can flip through it and you can just go to whatever page you want. And you don't have to have it open. You don't have a binding. Um, I can't think of the word, but the book binding, you don't have to break your book binding. It's all spiral bound with metal, so it's nice and sturdy. You can flip through the pages and see all the different sketches. There is 120 sketches in here. And they're all from different companies. And there's even a place in the back so that you can make your own sketches if you want to go for that. The companies that I used in the book are all listed right here for you because this was way before I started Crafty Stamp Co. With my daughter Meadow. And then here are my friends that all helped out with the book. And it's a lot of fun to see all of the different. There is Rubbernecker stamps in here that is now Brass and Bliss. And if you like any of this stuff, the website, if there is still a website, because sadly, some of these companies have closed. But if there's a lot of them have little samples for you. Some of the pictures, like this one, came out a little bit dark, but the person who's printing this out for me, our company that's printing this out for me, helped me out so that doesn't happen the next print go, because we are working on book volume number 2. So that is super exciting as well. I'm really happy about this. You will want to go over and get your copy before we run out because they are going fast. I sent, I think, 5 of them out just this morning, and we just put this on the website yesterday. So you will want to get your copy before it goes bye-bye. So, another new thing, lots of fun. I don't know if you guys remember the little card that I made with my son. I had these little spinner things, but they were much smaller. These are the tiny ones that I started out with, but I wanted something a little bigger. So I tracked down the manufacturer, and these ones are 10 millimeters. So I feel like these ones are going to be easier to get adhesive onto them. I love that they're metal. Here we go. I love that they're metal, so they spin really nice and smooth, but they're big enough to where you can actually stick something on there and not have issues trying to get it off because it's so small. But most of our characters, like, you can fit it just fine under the frog, underneath the plane, under the little, well, you might have some trouble. Well, you can probably stick it underneath the top, but I don't think we really need a spinning palm tree. I don't know. Here's a little map that even fits on the little wallet or in the center of the little sun. So you can have the sun to spin and have a lot of fun with. Here is this stamp set. You can put it on the flowers, the purse, you know, so there's still, it's only 10 millimeters on the bottom part here. Top part's a little bit smaller. So, but the top part, this little piece right here, because it actually looks, if I turn it sideways, let me zoom in for you. Zooming in, zooming in. If I zoom in, you can see it looks like a little top hat. Okay, so the big thick part is going to go on your card. The little flat part is going to go on whatever you want to have spin around. Okay, so that is the spinners. They are going to come, you can get them on our website right now. You can go right on over there, and it's right on the home page. It'll say what's new, and they're right there underneath the what's new for you. But you get 10 of the little mini crafty spinners for $7.99. So they're not too expensive, and I think it's a great price because they are so much fun. If you were with me last week, I used one of the small ones for my son's birthday card, and he absolutely loved it and had a great time with it. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out now. That way you guys can see the new kit. Let me put these aside. So I'm going to grab a piece of white paper so y'all can see the new kit. So this is super cute. This is 3 little frogs with a plane, a map, a wallet, little teeny tiny suitcase with a little, it has a little earth like sticker on it, the sun, and a little palm tree. Says every journey starts with a little hop. Life is an adventure. Enjoy the ride and hoppy adventure. So, and this is called Toad Trip. This is one of the stamp sets that is going to come in your kit, your May. We're past March. March was last month. This is for your May 2026 Crafty Crew Kit. Move that over here. So this is called Chow Adventure. Now a little bit of background behind this kit. What it was inspired by was Meadow wants to go to Italy. There's no doubt about it. She wants to. She's dreaming about it. She does dream about it. But she wants to go to Italy. That is on her list of things to do in the next 5 years. And she's saving up for it. But this whole set, and I love Vespas, but she really wants to go to Italy. So that's what this is, kind of the travel and what it's surrounded by, and what gave me the inspiration to draw this kit. So this is a cute little meadow with her hair in a pigtail, and she's on a little Vespa. We have a little cell phone with like a little GPS going on. We have some binoculars, some little flowers, and these flowers will actually fit in this little basket on the back of the Vespa. So you can probably put like maybe the phone in there. It'll probably look more like a tablet. And then she's got a little bag, her little handbag with some little things in the handbag, her passport, her camera, and it says Ciao Bella. And then we have capture the memories, find the joy in the journey, and adventure is better with you. So this is a lot of fun. Just I can't wait to color this. I actually have not colored this one yet. I haven't colored either one of them. I've been so crazy busy. So to match that, we have a little, if I can figure out, here we go. We have a little airplane going around the planet Earth for our stencil this time. I thought that would be a lot of fun to dry emboss this and then color the different spots, you know, like the land spots and the ocean spots of the Earth, and then color the plane, just color it all in. I thought that would be a nice, fun little background, especially for the little frogs from the Toad Trip set. Our paper for this kit is called Adventure Awaits, and it all comes in this nice little sleeve. All of our paper actually comes in these, comes with a little 6x6 storage sleeve. And pretty soon, for those of you, I know a lot of people have been asking, you know, where do I get those? Where do I find those? We are actually going to help you out. We're actually going to be selling these individually on our, well, not individually, it'll probably come in like packs of, you know, 15, 20, whatever. We haven't figured out what the packs are going to be yet, but we are going to be selling packs of these little storage folders. So that's another new thing that's coming. But this is Adventure Awaits. It's double-sided. It's toner printed, so if you want to, you know, I don't know, I don't think I have any black and white in here really. But the black bits, if you have toner reactive foil, you can go ahead and foil this. This is also, the cardstock is 110 pound. It's accent opaque paper, which is the same paper that I actually color on. It's the same thing as Nina. If you guys like Nina paper, you'll like the accent opaque paper. It's just you're not paying for the name. So, but the coloring paper is actually the same as this, so you can actually color on our pattern paper as well. So let's get to it. This is Adventure Awaits. We have some little hearts, little pink hearts on a blue background, and it's double-sided, so the other side we have little cameras with little Polaroids and little hearts. Let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can see that better. There we go. So, and you know what? I just realized you guys probably can't hear me that well. Let me go ahead and pull my microphone over a little bit. There we go. So, but it has the little camera with the little Polaroids on one side and the little blue hearts on the other. And then this next piece is my favorite piece. This next piece, we have little Vespas. I love Vespas. My grandfather, when I was younger, he actually gave me a 1940 something, I think. It was a World War I Vespa, like a real Italian Vespa. And sadly, I don't have it anymore. I wish I did, but I don't. When you travel when you're young, you can't really take a Vespa with you everywhere. So, but it was the most amazing little Vespa, and I have been in love with Vespas ever since. So this has the little Vespas. It's got the word, you know, sightseeing, sunglasses, hearts, a camera, little Polaroids. And then on the back side, you have just some nice little, I don't really want to call that plaid. It's more, makes me think of like a pink, like graphic-y kind of paper, like burlap-y kind of texture paper. So I don't really want to call that plaid. I don't know what that would be. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments. I would love that. Then of course you have your green polka dots. And then on the back side we have suitcases and little globes of the world with little, yep, little hearts. And I know this one looks a little bit the same, but this one has sunglasses, globes, hearts, little cameras. It says Wanderlust, little suitcases. So it's almost the same, but it's just a little bit different. And then on the back side we have the same as the pink texture. I guess it is plaid, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I always thought of plaid as being like thicker stripes, I guess. I don't know. So, but we have the green instead of the pink, or the coral. I guess it's more coral. Then we have little airplanes, and it says Jet Setter. I figured that this, I know while the little girl has the Vespas, which goes well with the Vespa paper, the little frogs have the plane. So that's why I did a plane on some of the papers as well to go with the frogs. So you have jet setters with some little clouds, a globe, and little suitcases. And then you've got some blue with dark bluish gray kind of polka dots on the back side. And then we have some more planes with clouds and hearts, little different color planes. And then one side of this is just little clouds. So that is the paper. That is the kit for the most part. I still have to show you the little subscriber perk. So here we go. Put that away. So our subscriber perk for the month is this really pretty organza ribbon. It comes on a wooden spool for you guys, but it's just some nice, I think this is 5/8 if I remember correctly. Yep, it's 5/8 of an inch thick. Now, one thing that I thought was really super fun, why I love organza ribbon. So I'm going to leave this zoomed in for you, but I am going to put some of this back in my little thing so I can keep track and not make a mess. Me not make a mess. Come on. So one thing I love about organza ribbon. Now, I will tell you, doing this will make your organza ribbon a little bit stiff, but that's okay. So I think I'm going to use, let's see, what color do I want to use? I'll do YG13. Do I want 13? Or do I want 11? But you can actually color, I'll do 11. You can color your, I'm going to go this way, your ribbon with your Copic markers. That's why I went ahead and got white, because that way with white you can make it into whatever color ribbon you want. And also, after you color your ribbon, okay, I have a little bit of this colored, so you can see it's colored. It's not too terribly stiff, because I didn't make it really super thick on there. But after you color your ribbon, you can take your stamp set, and I am going to use, since I use Copic on there, I'm going to use my Memento Black Tuxedo ink, okay? And let's see, what do I want? I'll use the plain, I guess. Well, or do I want something a little smaller? Like maybe the little passport? You know what I could do? I could do this. Get my block, and we can put the passport and the camera, and we can do, let's see, do we want, bet you I can fit the little, you know what, I'm going to scoot these over just a little and put the little, just kind of snug them all in there. And we will go ahead and ink these up. Just get them all in there. And then we can, now it's not going to come out super dark. Probably come out a little darker with a different ink, because we all know the Memento ink just really is not all that dark. So, and we can rotate it. But you can also see, can you see it's all stamped? Isn't that fun? I love organza ribbon. You know what, let's go ahead and I'm going to color a little bit more. And then, because I know the Memento ink won't smudge. This will smudge, I bet you. But we'll try it just in case. Just because we're having fun. Gotta have fun, right? So let's go ahead and color some more. And I'm just using, you can use your chisel for this, definitely. I'm just using that side because, well, it's the side that I grabbed, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and use my VersaFine Clair now, because we know this will get, look how nice and black that gets compared to the other. But I don't know if this will smudge on the ribbon. I've never tried it with this before. So let's give this a go. It is a bit darker, so that's really nice. So, see, turn it around a little. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of move this around a little bit. And it does, oh, it does come off a little bit. It came off on my finger a tad. That one not so much. So if you do, I would heat set it if you use the VersaFine Clair, or just do this part first before you put it on your card, and then it'll be nice and dry. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to close that up, because I really like this. I think this is super cute. Super, super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color the rest of this. And then after that, we will go ahead and color our frogs. You know what I am going to use? This side. I don't know. Nope. Nope. Definitely need some ink in this one in order to use the chisel. So we will just color it up with this. And I don't have that much ribbon left, and I'm only going to use probably a small bit. I might make a bow, because I think it would be really fun to make a bow with that. There we go. And you know what? I don't see this. I need to check this really fast because it's not showing me. Oh, I am live. Okay. All my stuff went away on my screen. So I wasn't thinking I was live anymore. I was like, oh my gosh, did it turn off on me? So go ahead and do the last of this. And you do get, in the kit, you do get 3 yards of this ribbon. That way you can have all the fun you want coloring and stamping it. So I'm going to go ahead and You know, I really like how dark it is with the VersaFine. Is this still... Let me try a different finger. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and stamp it. We'll color our frogs. We'll let it dry while it's doing that. And we will just see if we need to heat dry it after that. So I'm just gonna rotate this just slightly every time I stamp it, and I'm just rotating it to the right or to the left, I don't know. Going counterclockwise, that works better for me. Let's see, there we go. Just keep rotating. That way we get all 3 of the stamps on here. And I'm just moving it down as I'm rotating. And it doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, this is handmade. It's not meant to be perfect. So we will go ahead and put this aside now. Let me flip this over so you can see. So here it is. It's all nice and colored and stamped now. And I used YG11 to color it. Okay, so we're going to set this aside so it has a minute to dry. And one thing I did forget to do was wet my chamois. So I'm just going to take some water because I have my little chamois case that I made, and I will get this wet. I love this case. So much fun. Okay, and now I can clean off my stamps really fast. Now, if you guys, I do have this chamois case. I have a few extras that I made. If you like this chamois case, it does come, this part comes out. That way, if you get water in the bottom, you can always just sop it up with your chamois. And if you're like me and you don't, doing a video maybe, and you need to, you know, get your chamois wet, but you don't want to go off the camera to get it wet, you can just pour a bottle of water in there. And I'm really sorry if you can hear that little noise. My dog is in her little dog bed right next to me, and we'll just put that right there. But she's next to me dreaming. That's what the little tiny little barks are. She's dreaming. She's probably chasing one of the chickens from our neighbors in her dreams, because I don't let her chase them normally. I don't want to terrorize the chickens. Okay, so I'm going to grab my bigger, well actually no I'm not, because I have my other one. I don't think I'll need it, but my little positioner. So I'm going to get rid of this piece of paper because that is already destroyed. And I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock so that I can stamp my little frogs. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And we're going to I'm going to use my frogs today because I just love these little frogs. They're so cute. And again, this is called Toad Trip. So I'm going to grab this little guy. we will grab all of them, like the little three amigos. There we go. And let's see. Go ahead and we'll grab the sun. We'll grab as much as we can fit in this little tiny space. And I love this little suitcase. And it will kind of bring the ribbon together. So we'll go ahead and put that there. And I wonder if I can fit the map right there. Yes, I can. Okay. So, and we will go ahead and, what is that? Meadow's getting stuff all over my little thing. Hey, Joy. Thank you for coming. I love these frogs, Joy. I'm so happy about the frogs. Hey, and guess what, Joy? I actually had 5 books sold today. I'm very, 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 very excited. So excited that I'm shaking everything while I'm coughing. So, stamp these little babies up. Get them inked up. What do you think? Were you here so you knew the name of the stamp set, Joy? Toad Trip? I thought it was cute. I don't even know. Did I show you these while you were here visiting? Let's see, get them all inky. Thank you, thank you. I'm very excited. And I think that just touched. So I'm just going to slide this in and push that down. There we go. This is like the perfect size for these little toads. Although I do need this. There we go. Seriously, the one I don't put any pressure on, of course, is the one that decides to be a turkey. Oh, yeah. Oh, they did come in the day before you left. That's right. Okay. He still does not want to stamp. So, and now these are these are double stamped. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I don't know when you came. Did you get to see the ribbon that I colored and stamped? Did you see that? I love doing that. It's so fun. So much fun. I'm going to go ahead and ink these babies up again. They are brand new. And they usually stamp pretty well, but I think he's too close to the corner. There we go. So did you get your spoons? Or should I say Jax's spoons? Thought that was funny. And I hope you got my message for the spoons. Because I left you a voicemail. So get these little guys stamped. Ouch. You are not stamping, my friend. I think he's too far in the corner or something. I don't know what's going on with him. But the part that isn't stamping isn't in the corner, so I don't know what his deal is. There we go. Now he's stamping. Okay. You know what? Actually, I think Meadow has the same problem when she uses the base. So I bet you if I don't use the base, I wonder if it'll be the same. Let me try that out. Because I love these little little tiny platforms. I think they're like the perfect size, especially if you're traveling. Oops, and I just stuck my finger in. I'm already inked up today, so I don't think that's going to matter much. But I know Meadow has a problem using the actual base. So let's see if it's a base issue. I'm hoping it's a base issue. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that he's being good today. Yeah, it's a base issue because look at that stamped really super nice. So we will not be using the base anymore. And now I'm going to have that song going through my head. Clean these up. And I'm just going to set these to the side. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Here, did you see this ribbon? I stamped it, I colored it, and then I stamped it with the stamps. Although I'm loving the side with the Memento ink better, even though it's lighter than I am the other side, because the other one is bleeding a little bit. The VersaFine Claire is bleeding. So we will put that one away. Definitely putting that one away. Okay, and before I lose this okay, who else loses this acetate? Joy, do you lose your acetate when you take it off? I do all the time. Craziness. So I don't remember what colors I used for the frogs before, because we just had that little froggy quotes set come out, and I don't remember what colors I used. So I just grabbed some colors and I'm going to have some fun and experiment. I'm going to go ahead and get this one because this was a piece of scratch paper that wasn't all that great. Stays on. You know what? I don't have any stays on. I have not. Oh, wait, maybe I do. From when Kevin taught at retreat that one year. I might have some stays on. Don't know. Don't know. Here's G07. Let's see what I want to do. And yes, this is how I usually pick my colors. As I just, I want to color frogs. And I don't know. I know a lot of people do like pink and purple frogs. For some reason, I just like my frogs to be green. Unless they're the blue. There's blue frogs too, but I think they're poison frogs. They're like blue and yellow. Hey, Brian. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing good. I saw your card in the group. I thought that was really cute. I loved it. You were in the drawing this morning. Let's see. And then YG 11. So I think I'll use YG 17 for my spots. But I'm going to start with G07, I think. So let's see. I'll go ahead and zoom in just a little bit more. More. So you guys can see a little better. So I'm just going to do like some little lines, not really close to the edge. I love these little guys. What do you guys think of this little stamp set? I can't wait for Meadow. Meadow has a pre-recorded video because she works so much now. But she has a pre-recorded video of this set that she did with these is no line coloring. So you'll get to see her videos as well. This part, since the camera has some shadow, I'm just going to go right up next to the camera. And then same with the little map. Just go right there up underneath that map. I love this. But you like frogs, Joy, don't you? So this one, I think I'm going to give him a little tubba tubba belly. I think he needs a little tubba tubba belly. Meadow, actually, she did really well with doing the little girl too, the Chow Adventure. She's the one who did all the coloring this time for the product. If you go on the website, you can see all her beautiful coloring. I usually don't color until I'm with you guys because I like to color with you guys. It's kind of calming. So that was G07. Now I think YG25. Let's see if this will work the way that I want it to. Yep, it will. Okay. So now I'm just going to pull this out a little bit. Not a whole lot. You used to have frogs as pets. I used to catch them, and then my granny would tell me that I was going to get warts. So I told her when I grew up I was going to be a witch then because I wasn't going to stop catching the frogs. Because I was going to be full of warts. Which is kind of funny now if you think about it because you don't get warts. Or at least I never got any warts from any frogs. So this one I'm going to go right over his little feet. I haven't decided. Meadow made, I think she made their little tummies like a yellowish pink color. So I'm not coloring their tummies yet because I haven't really decided what I want to do as far as their tummies go. And I should have gone underneath all their little arms, but I didn't think about it. At least not that little arm. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever think of like you're coloring and you're trying to get all the spots and then you're like, oh, I forgot this spot. Oh, I forgot that spot. And then 20 spots later, you're still like finding spots. There we go. I should have put my brace on today. I didn't even think about it. So I'm saving the YG17 until last, so we're going to go to YG23. And YG23 is really, I feel, is still pretty darn close to YG25. So I'm not going to use a whole heck of a lot of it. because I don't want him to be a super dark green frog. So if frogs are not your faves, what is your favorite animal? Go ahead and let me know in the comments, because I know a lot of people will be watching the replay on this. So let me know, let me know. Okay. Let's see, and then YG13. And this one I'm going to pull out a little bit more. And then I'm going to finish him off with YG11. I almost feel this is almost a little darker than YG23, but I don't know if it's my pen or if it's, my marker, or if it's actually the color. Because Meadow uses some of the colors a lot. That's funny. If you guys heard my dog's like little sleep barking earlier, now you'll probably hear her snoring. Let's see, go over the map. Okay, I will see. You mean starting work? You are so funny. Oh, you bought frogs. Oh, how fun. So I hope you have a good day of working, and I will talk to you later. I hope it's very productive for you, and Jax stays out of his little needy ways. So I'm using YG11, and I am going to just go over his little belly boo with the YG11 and finish it out. And I will come back to put a little bit of shadow in there. I really like coloring these frogs. They're a lot of fun. Very relaxing. And please don't forget, now that Brian's here, I will remember because I almost forgot, to like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. That way you don't miss anything. Make sure to click that bell. That way you don't miss anything. The little subscription bell. That way it'll notify you of when we are online and doing a live. Yeah, I think I want to go over this a little bit more with the YG25. I feel like they need to dry for a minute because I think the YG13 was darker than the 23. So I want to go back and kind of even all of this out a little bit more. But I am going to let them dry just a little bit. And I am going to go do the map and the sun. I'm going to at least get the green parts of the little map. And I'm going to use Geo 7 for the little land masses. And then I'm going to use YG23. Well, I don't know if YG23 will pull it out the way that I want. Yep, it does. Because I wanted it light, but not too much lighter. And then I can also do the little world sticker on his little luggage case there. So let's see, we need blue for the water, we need yellow for the sun. Let me grab some colors here. See, 13, 11, 15, and 19 we will use for the sun. So we have, this is Y19, this is Y15, we have Y13, which you can barely see, and we have Y11, which again you can barely see. But those are the colors that I will be using. I'm going to start off with Y15. And I'm just going to go a little bit on the outside. And then make like a little half circle or a little C. And then I'll use Y13 to pull that out a little. There's not a whole lot of space, so I don't even know if we're going to really need. Well, yeah, I guess we will need all those markers. So pull this out. A little bit. And then we will use Y11 to finish it off. Easy peasy. And then this is Y19. We will just put like a little bit of a line in there, just for some contrast. And we'll do some little texture dots. And then we'll also be using the white gel pen on that as well. So let's see, what color should I do his little suitcase? Well, I grabbed blues for the water. Let's see, what blues do I want? You guys can let me know what color to do the water, or what color to do his suitcase. So, you know, I don't think I need that one, but I want to see, let's see, that's 4, that's 5. I want to see how this would look. This is BG 15. This is B24. That actually looks quite nice. And B23. And of course, B23 looks a little bit darker than B24 for some reason. So I guess we will just be using 23. So I'm going to use BG15 first. We will go around the islands. Where we have a little bit more tropical water. And then I'm going to go over it with B23. Here we go. And there is the map. So let me write these colors down. So BG15, and this helps me to remember because Meadow's not home right now. So this helps me to remember what I used. Plus, you guys can look at the colors to see if you missed anything while you're coloring along with me. So let's see. Now it is up to the suitcase. You know what? Let me get the paper. My favorite color is BG11. So let's see. I think the card I might be using maybe this piece. I really do love those little Vespas though. I think those Vespas are just super, super cute. So I kind of want to use that too. Choices, choices. Yeah, I might just have to go with the Vespa or the plains. Let's see. So let's see. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to color it the color I want to color it because the map color, it matches the paper, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and use BG, where'd it go? BG 15, 11, and 23 for the little suitcase. So I'm going to start off, not with BG 15, I'm going to start off with BG 23. I'm writing that backwards. So there we go, BG 23. And then we'll have to get probably some W, like 8 or 9 for the wheels. Let's see, just start out with BG 23, and then I'll finish it off with BG 11 and see if I need to fill it in any more than that. BG 11 can pretty much hold itself. It doesn't wash out a whole bunch. And then BG 15, I can just go along the outside. And this can just be our shadowing contrast color. There we go. So that was also BG15 and BG11. There we go. So that looks good. Oh, we need the B23 for the little, inside that little earth sticker on the suitcase. And then I think, you know what, I think I'm just going to do like a W6 for the wheels. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room to do more than one color. There we are. So, and I'll probably use that same color for the little camera too. And I guess I could have done the little map as well, but I wanted to go ahead and go back over, now that these are dry, I want to go back over the little frogs a bit more. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back with my G07. Get those shadowed parts. Get the little contrast bits. Because I really don't like how, and this is the nice thing, if you can always go back. I've gone back as long as 3 years on a image that I colored, just to fix it up a little bit more because I didn't like the way that it was looking. And so even though it dries, you can still fix whatever you needed to fix, especially if you're over blending. I overblend sometimes quite a bit, and so I will just go ahead and walk away, let it dry, and then come back to what I was doing. And I think for me that makes it a lot easier for me to love what I'm coloring, is if the fact that I can walk away from it and come back. So I did my G07, so I'm going to go ahead, and since I want my YG23 to kind of be my last color, I mean, I'm still going to use a little bit of YG11, but not quite as much. I'm going to go ahead and pull this YG23 or 25 out a little more, and I'm also going to go around his belly a little bit more with the YG25. And I think one of the reasons I try to go light or lighter a lot more, but I just really like the contrast between the light and the dark. And if you wanted lighter colors, you could always start out, start with your double zeros instead of starting out with a darker color. I think that will, I should actually do a video, maybe not live, but I should do a video where I do a lot lighter colors. So that was 25. Now I'm going to go ahead and use YG23 and pull that out quite a bit more. Go around his little bee-boo here, his little belly boo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like him just a little bit more of a toady green. But we're still gonna leave a little bit of room for the YG11 as well for some highlight. Plus, I was feeling a little bit like with all the YG11, I was feeling a little over blended. So there's that one. Where's my YG11? Here it is. And the YG11 does get a little bit darker when you go over it a second time. And it also, since it has so much of the colorless blending fluid in it, it will actually work just like the colorless blender, and it will blend your colors for you. A little bit better than the colorless blender will. Because the colorless blender will also erase. Well, not erase, but it'll push it back to where it's supposed to go. It moves the ink a little bit more. And then let's get our third little friend up here. Okay, and then my YG17, I said I was going to use that, and I am. And I'm actually going to go right over those YG07 lines. And I'm also going to put in, I mean, what's a little frog without a few little dotty dots, right? He needs a little texture. See? Look at that. Now he's looking very froggish. Okay, here we go. Make sure we get his little dots. His little froggy dots. He's so cute. I love this little frog. I just love him. Okay, get around this way. And we'll make sure we get his little frog dots. Okay, so there is our little frog. This one I need to put a little bit, let's see, do I use, yeah, I'll just use W11, or W6, excuse me, because his little mouth is open here. So I'll use that for the back part of his mouth, and then his little camera. Do I want to use black or do I want to use, yeah, I'll use black and then, well, I'll use W6 first. And then I'm going to use a little bit, let me grab it. Where are you? Here we go. W9. Just because we need to be able to distinguish the line between camera and mouth. There we go. And then I'm going to do this little part of his lens. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and use my 100 just to make the little lines on his eyes. A little bit more, and then I will go ahead and put the white dot back in his eyes with a white gel pen. And the only reason I'm doing that, not because my stamp didn't stamp very well, it's just I really like a nice dark line, especially when I'm doing eyes and stuff like that. And you just can't get that very well with Memento ink. I really wish they would have a really nice black, because you can get that with the VersaFine Clair, but that's not Copic friendly. So you kind of have to do what you can. So that's why I'm using the black ink, and then I will go ahead and put the white of his eye back in. So for his tongue, I'm going to use E93, which is what I normally use for little tongues. And you can use an R02, R00, those colors. I think those are the colors that Meadow usually uses. And now I want to use my E95, 97, and 99 for his little purse. So E95, E97, and E99. And then I'm going to use the BG for the rest of his little camera, along with BG10 for the little camera lens. So let's see, I'm going to start off with E95, and I'm going to actually color the whole thing in with E95, and that's only because I want to change the color of E97 and E99. Whoops, that's 99. I want 97. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get most of this. I am going to leave a little bit of E95 in there, but not a whole lot. And then, let's see. Go ahead and get the E99 in there. And then I'm just going to smooth out my lines with E95. And I made a bit of a boo-boo right here, and I don't want that to show, and I want it to move as soon as possible, so I'm going to use my 0 to push all that back in. So now I need to color this little map. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the B23 for the water. I'm not going to try and get fancy or nothing. then I'll use, you know what, I'll use I'll use Y13 for the little land masses. And then Y23 for the little camera. And, or BG23, not Y23. Goodness sakes. And then BG15 for a little bit of contrast. And then I'm going to use Y13 for the little flash though. I think that's everything except for the little white bits. Let me warm up my pen here. So we're going to go ahead and put his eyes back in. There we go. Now it's warming up nice. There we go. And we will go ahead and put, this just does not want to warm up. Come on now. I'm just all kinds of messy today. So I'm going to put a little shine line. Let's see, I need to take off my glasses. It's starting to get a little reflection here. Let's see. Let's try a different one since that one doesn't want to warm up. Oh, this one's real willing to be nice, looks like. There we go. This one is being much nicer. Put some little dots in the sun. And he still needs some little dots on his head. I don't know what it is about a white gel pen, but it always seems to make everything better. And we'll put a little bit of shine on his little knapsack here. Put some shine on there. There we go. My finger is all gross now. There we go. Gotta love a good chamois. So now that all of this is colored, we're gonna go ahead and make our card. So I'm going to put this all away, at least over here for now. And, excuse me, we won't need our little chamois anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and put that away. And we will go ahead and cut these little guys out. Let me go ahead and zoom back out so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So there's our little sun. There we go. We're just going to go right around all these little frogs and cut them out. And then maybe we'll go ahead, let's see, we started a new sketch today, a new sketch challenge today. I think these guys will work with it. Okay, and then these two. And all we have, this is the last little frog, and now all we have to do is cut out this cute little suitcase. I love this little suitcase. There was actually supposed to be a Vespa. I drew the Vespa to go with the little frog, and then I forgot to put it in the stamp set because I ran out of room with everything else that I wanted in here. So I think what I'm going to do, let me throw that away, is I'm going to go ahead and make a positive Tate set and make sure to put the Vespa in the positive Tate set because I think that would be really cute. So let me look up what the sketch is really fast. Come on. Because I know what it is. And it's in, if you're in our Facebook group, it's in our Facebook group. And it's all ready to go. Let's see. Albums, April challenge. So here is our April challenge. I don't know if y'all can see that little sketch. I think that'll go really super cute, and it's sketch number 25. So instead of keeping my phone open, let's go in here. There we go. And I am making some new sketches just for the sketch challenge. There we go. Okay. Just for the sketch challenge. So If you think, oh, I don't need to buy the book, we'll get all the sketch challenges throughout the month. I am making new ones, just so you know, because I have lots and lots of cards that I have made over the last few years. So we have our challenge. It's this one right here. And I think these guys would go really super cute, although maybe just one of them would go with that one, and then we could make another one with a different sketch. So maybe just this one here. There was another sketch that I was looking at. What do you guys think? There's another sketch I was looking at that I thought would do really good. I think it was like number 82. But again, that is more of that. I think we need one with like little squares. What do you think? Ooh, that one would be cute, but that was a sketch challenge from before. Actually, if we turned this one, because remember, this is just a starting point. You don't have to stay with that sketch. It's just for inspiration. But if we took this one, turned it this way, and the little circle, put that there, the little circle was the sun, then we could put these little guys like right here on the square, and then we could have some pattern paper this way and around this way and have our little map. What do you think? I think we should use number 62. I think that would be a really good one to use. So we can throw in the ribbon that I used as well. So let's go ahead and grab some paper. So I think, let's see, what would be a good one for, let's see, we're going to use it this way. So I'm going to put it this way. Hey, Susan, how are you? We're just picking our paper. We colored our frogs. So we're picking our paper as to what we want to do. We're going to go ahead and use sketch number 62, but I'm turning it sideways. And we're going to use our little froggies, but we're going to use our little sun for our circle. I think that'll be fun. So I'm just picking, I think I want this for the two pieces, and then we had clouds in here. Where are the clouds? Oh, I guess it's on the back of this. So I can just use one piece of paper. That'll be nice. Just one piece. Let's see. Or let me flip this around. So if I use this and then use that for the two strips, and I need some cardstock to go behind it because I can't do that. I have issues. I have many issues, and that's one of them. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll just use the white space. So I just need probably just the one piece of, do I want one piece of paper? You know what? I'll take two out just to be on the safe side. Oh, I'm glad that you're doing good, especially with everything you've had going on lately. That's awesome. And then we will use the ribbon that we stamped on as well. I don't know if I like it. I think I like the memento better because the other one kind of bled a little bit. But we will see. So I'm going to need a card base. So I'm going to go ahead and get my cutter out. Oh, my hands are dirty. So I'm going to cut this at 5.5. And then that will get scored. And then, you know what I need, before I start cutting, I need to find some nice paper to go with this. I'm just going to turn around. And I think this is too, yep, that's too much greeny blue. What about this one? What do you think about that color? I think it's still too kind of, yeah, too much aqua kind of color. I have so much blue paper though. So I think I will be able to find something. What about, still, you can tell my favorite color, can't you? Can you tell? Let's try this blue. That one will be nice. Okay. So I'll just grab that out because that's the only scrap I have with that one. I'll put that back. Okay, so if you like to use a little cutter like me and you don't want to get the big cutter down, this is what I do, is I just fold it in half. It's just easier. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 5.25. Move that over there. And then this will be 4. There we go. Okay. So I think that, you guys can't see the sketch. There we go. I think that's a little bit smaller than 5.25. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 5 by 3 7/8. And then our clouds, because it's going to go this way, so we want our clouds to go this way. I'm going to cut this one because I just want a small border. I don't want a huge border. This is going to need to be, what did I say, 5? Yep, 5. So this is going to have to be 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. Ooh, that looks nice. That looks nice. Yeah. So that'll go there. I think it's still a little bit bigger than the sketch. But you know what? That middle piece is going to have to be a little bit bigger as well because our frogs are a little tall. So for now, I will leave it. Let's see. These are not going the right way, so thanks goodness I grabbed an extra piece of paper. Now this one, let's see. Maybe what size do I want this? This is 4. So I'll do these at 1.5 inches. And then 3, because this does not, it goes over that. So I might have to cut this down a little bit actually, because those are supposed to hang over. So what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? I'll do 3 1/4. Let's be daring. So I cut off, what is this, a 1/2 inch? I love playing with the sketches and just figuring it out to make it work for what I want. So I'm going to take this down to 4 1/2, which if you guys, if you're worried about my measurements or how I did it or anything like that, don't worry. I will have all my measurements down at the bottom when we are all done. So this one is 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. So that means this has to go down to 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Now that one looks right. That one looks a lot better. And then I said this was going to be, yep, 1 1/2. And I want it to hang over by like about 1/4. So let's go ahead and measure this. So these are going to be 3 3 3/4. So 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. I think this is gonna look cute. And then we need more blue paper, and this is gonna be, see, that was 1 1/2, so this is gonna be 1 5/8 by 3 7/8. Yep, perfect, perfect. So let me just cut that little fold mark off a little. And then we will do, oops, that's crooked. No, it's not. So that was 1 5/8 by 3, was it 3 5/8? Nope, 3 7/8. All these 8s going around. There we go. My little mess collection that I'm getting over here. All these little scrappies. Okay. That over there. And then this, I'm going to go ahead and just fold this in half. Here we go. And this is just scrappy mess. There we go. Oh, I didn't do the little piece for them, but let's go ahead and lay this out. So there's that piece. Plus I want to make sure that these fit okay. There we go. Okay, and then these guys, actually I don't have to have that little square. I could actually just pop these little guys up, but I think I do want the little square. I think that'll definitely look better. This is turning out cute. And then our little circle. Here's the, so that one. I'll just turn it. So let's see, do we want a piece of pattern paper? Do we want a solid piece, or do I just want a white piece of paper? What do I want? I know I don't want the green if I do it that way. Let's try, would it look okay? His little thing, I don't know if I like that. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, let's put that back in. So what I'll do is I'll cut a piece of white paper. Let's move this out of the way. So let's see, these guys, I want it to be just a little bigger than them. And these guys are about 1 1/4. So I'll do, let me see. If I do that, so just a little bit longer than this and a little bit wider. So this one is, so let's try 4. And we'll do like 2 inches. Yeah, I think that'll be, let's see, how does it work with these little guys? Yeah, I think that'll work. That will work. And then this piece goes with that one. And I can actually probably make this just slightly smaller. Let's try 4 7/8 by 1 7/8. There we go. And then we can have a piece of blue behind it at 2. By 4. Yep, I think that is going to work. Put all of our little bits over here. Okay, I'm just going to line this up again one more time. Make sure. Okay, I do like it, so I'm going to go ahead and get my little tape runner. And I'm going to wait to glue these 2 down because I haven't figured out my frogs yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these ones down. That way, every time I go to lay it out, it doesn't move all over the place on me. And I love that we used the little airplanes with the frogs. Okay. So now that all of this will stay mostly in place, can put that on there, and then we have our little circle for the circle bit. Thank you. How are you, Megan? So we'll put him off. Let's see. He's just taking photos. Might have to get out. I don't know if what I want to do with the background here. We might need some little clouds. He's already pointing the way. that little suitcase in there. Oh, you know what we could use? You know what we could use? We could use the little city. The little city stencil would go really cute with this one. And then we have our little map. That is going to look super, super cute. I'm loving it. So that is sketch number 62 from the book. I'm going to go ahead and put that away because we don't need it anymore. Let's see. What do I want to do? What should I do? Good enough? Yeah, I suppose it is. I just feel like they're floating. So maybe just take a marker and just... Here, let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Maybe just take a little marker and just ground them a little bit. I think that's what I'll do. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. So I'm just gonna slide that over. Helps if you take the lid off. Goodness gracious. I'm so excited about nailing it down. I don't even like take the lid off. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and put that down. And then I didn't use any dimensionals, or excuse me. Well, no wonder I didn't use any 3D foam. Meadow didn't leave me any 3D foam. That child, I swear. I'm gonna go steal hers. Hang on. I will be right back. Let me go steal her 3D foam. She's always using mine because the camera's on my side, and then she doesn't use her own. Let's see. Yep, she has almost a full jar, that little stinker girl. Here we go. And hopefully she'll watch this on her lunch break today so she knows I stole all of her 3D foam. Megan, you're one that's going to have this problem too here pretty soon, if not already, with that little artist of yours. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and stick these down. Let's see. Let me put this one down the right way. Make sure your airplanes are going the right way if you use your airplanes. Issa, what's Emma think already? That's funny. What's a good idea? Because I'm a little bit, it's a little laggy, so I'm not sure what a good idea is. You and Emma or something, you guys need to just come over and play. Seriously. So I'm just going to use some foam tape or tape runner to put this down, and then I'll put foam tape on the back of this. But first, I want to get these guys down. That way I know where I'm putting them and what's going on to put that line to ground these guys. Okay, so I'm going to use some foam. Put this guy down right there. And then this guy, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put him down just flat. I don't think he really needs any foam. So we'll just put him down flat. And then I want the case to look like it's definitely in front of him a bit. So we'll put the case there, and I'm trying to make sure everything is kind of level, at the same level. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead. These might be a little bit high because I think I'm going to double them up a little. Here we go. All the craziness with the 3D foam. This one is doubled up. And then how about him? Does he need... No, I think I'll put him behind. We'll just tuck him in right there, and he's trying to give directions and peeking at the map at the same time. Then I will use, let's see, I think I'm going to use I'll try my W2 first. And I'm going to color on him just a little bit. Just on the bottom to kind of ground them. And I could have put some clouds behind them, but this is okay too, I think. Okay. And then I'm going to put some 3D foam. Let's see. You guys can't even, it's so bright in my office, you guys can barely see what I did there, but there is a little bit of a shadow underneath. And actually, maybe I'll just bring this out some more. So it looks like they're on a little road. And we'll put some 3D foam on the back, but I want it to be where my squares are going to be. So I'm just going to put one there, and I'm going to put one right there. And then we can flip them over and just center that in between the cloud paper. And then of course, if we're using 3D foam everywhere else, we might as well use 3D foam on the sun as well. If I can get my fingers to work, that would be super fantabulous. There we go. And you know what I forgot to use? I forgot to use our ribbon that we made. There we go. So there's the sun. And then, let's see, we didn't use our ribbon. So, let's see. Go ahead and and pull that through. Make a little double bow. And then we will use our scissors to cut it off. Too much on that end. Maybe not. Let me think about that one. I'll have to think about that because I'm not quite sure. What do you guys think of the putting a bow right there? Still need a sentiment, or at least I feel we need a sentiment. We don't have to have a sentiment, but we have some pretty cute sentiments in this set. So let me see. I'm just making a mess over here. And while I'm looking at my sentiment, and you guys are looking at the bow, the ribbon is cute. Oh, the grounding shadow. Okay. So, should I keep the ribbon or should I lose the ribbon? Because I'm not completely sure if that's what I want to do. You know what? I should ask my son. Steven's out in the living room. Hey, boy, can I use you for a second? We'll ask Steven. So I'm on a live right now. I don't think you want to be in front of the camera. But should I keep the bow or get rid of the bow? What do you think? Bow? No bow.
Are you going to be adding anything else to the outside of the card?
A sentiment?
I would keep the bow.
Keep the bow?
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping the bow. Thanks, boy.
Did you not want the bow?
I wasn't really digging it, but I kind of liked it, but I didn't like it, so. Oh. But if you like it, it's staying.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Love you, Mama.
Love you too, boy. Thanks for the help.
No problem.
Or we could put that. Steven! Or we could put this little map right here.
Why not put the map in the other corner since the sun is directly above it?
You mean like in this corner?
No, off.
Right here? And then what about the bow?
Well, at that point, wouldn't the card be a little busy on the outside?
Yeah.
So leave the bow off, I guess.
So do you like the bow or the map better?
The map.
The map? Okay. So we'll put the map there. Emma says keep the bow. So let's see. Our sentiments is every journey starts with a little hop. Life is an adventure. Enjoy the ride. Hoppy adventure. Let's see. What does the other set have? Because I usually make them to where you can mix and match. So we have Charles Bella. Capture the memories. Find joy in the journey. Adventure is better with you. I think I'm going to use the adventure is better with you. I like that sentiment. I think that's a good sentiment. So I'm just going to put that on here. Megan, I think I like the map better too. I mean, I like the bow, but I think it takes up a lot of the card. So I definitely like the map. And then sentiment. Okay, so let's see. We will put that right about there. With our Versaclear. Plus you can kind of, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's like black ink because I used Memento ink on the ribbon first, but then I used the VersaFine Clair just to see what it would do. And you can see it kind of, it like ran a little bit. So I think if I use the bow, I'll do another card and maybe I'll do another one just for Miss Emma. But I'll use the Memento ink instead. It wasn't quite as dark, but at least it didn't bleed. So, yeah, because my hands are a wreck. So let me empty that out. Move this over here. And I'm just going to cut my sentiment. I'm going to cut it a little big for now because I need to straighten it out. I did not cut it very straight. There we go. And then cut that side. And then we will cut that one. And then I will make it into a little flag. And you know, now I can put it here. If I'm going to put the map here, then I can put this here or here. What do you think? Whoops, too high. Excuse me. And then, see which way. Do I want the right top corner or the left lower corner? I'm thinking the lower left, even though I had planned on the upper right. And I'm really sorry my camera is shaking, but Meadow's rabbit is running all over her room. So I'm thinking I like it on this side. So I'm glad I cut that a little long. And I know the minute I cut this, Megan, you're probably going to say the other side. Where did that go? There was another little, there it is. Okay, so we need a little bit of foam on this. Here we go. Oh, you said lower left. Yay! I thought for sure the minute I picked lower left, you were going to say upper right. So I'm going to put that there. And this I'm going to curl a little bit. I'm just going to use my bone folder. I'm all kinds of inky today, though. All kinds. So I'm going to go ahead and take that all the way out to the corner. I'm just going to go ahead and use my glue, my liquid glue for this one. Maybe, maybe not. I love my glue, but goodness sakes, it just really does not like to play nice in the sandbox. So we're going to put some glue here, and we're going to put some glue on this side that is not raised. Here we go. Just put that on the edge. There. Your favorite embellishment. I don't know if I have, oh, I have some green ones sitting here. Yay! I have green. Because let's face it, green is one of the bestest colors ever. I'm going to put one there. Some of the crafty dots, we'll go ahead and put one there. And then we'll put one over here. Whoop, nope, that one's going to just stick to my finger. How's that? There we go. So, and there is our card. How fun! I love it, I love it, I love it. I love this. I really, really love this kit. So there is, whoops, I put these away before I got a chance. So now that we're all done with that, it's 1 o'clock. I wasn't planning on being on here quite this long, but there is a new blog post from our team member Danny, who also made a card, and she used the Chow Adventure set for her card, and she has a tutorial on how she made it on our blog. If you are not subscribed already, subscribe to our newsletter, because we are going to start sending out, because we've just had so many great tutorials, and then we are also going to start doing product tips and tricks and different things about our products on the blog. So if you don't check out our blog already, I hope that you will. There is going to start being a weekly reminder about all the great things that have gone on the blog the week before. So if you want to subscribe to that, you can. Let's see, this kit is the May kit. Even though it's out in April, it is the May kit because we have everybody subscribe, and we only order exactly what is ordered between today, and April 15th. We don't order anymore because we don't want any waste, and we really don't have the space to keep all this extra product around. So we only order what we need. So if you want, if you're already subscribed, you want extra paper, let us know. We can add it to your order. If you want just a one-off, that's great too, but know that you won't get the ribbon. So with the kit, our kit prices have gone down a little bit, but the only reason the kit price went down is because, I don't know if you guys have seen, but shipping prices, the postage office has been brutal this last year. They have raised prices a couple of times. So in order to still make it cost effective for you and not raise our shipping prices, we've taken the free shipping out of the kit. So that way too, you are not paying extra shipping that you don't need to. So, and that way you can also add it to an order. So that makes it great as well. So you're only going to be paying for the kit, not the shipping. The shipping will be added on unless you live close like Megan and you can just pick it up. So we have the 2 sets, and let's see, we've got, let me grab this piece of paper. We have the toad trip that we just used for this cute little card here, which you can't see because my little face circle is in the way. So we used toad trip. The sentiments are, every journey starts with a little hop, hoppy adventure, and life is an adventure, enjoy the ride. And you've got 3 little froggies that we used, a map, a wallet, and a little sun, a suitcase, an airplane, and a little palm tree, like a little island adventure. Then we also have Chow Adventure, where we have Chow Bella, find your joy in the journey, capture the memories, and adventure is better with you. And we have a little girl, little chibi girl on a Vespa. We have a phone or a tablet, however you want to look at it, with a little like GPS on it. We have some binoculars, some little flowers that will fit in her little basket as well, her purse, her passport, and her little camera. Now, one fun thing that I forgot to show you guys before, if you don't mind having a really big frog, the frogs will actually fit on the back of her Vespa. So, and so will this little suitcase and stuff. We made it to where you could put a little critter on the back with her. And there will be more critters to come later as well. So those are the 2 stamp sets that come with the kit. You also get this paper that we went through earlier, but I will go through it again. The paper always comes in a sleeve. All of our stuff comes in a sleeve. And this paper is called Adventure Awaits. We have the airplanes, and then on the back is the clouds, which is what we used for our little card. And I used 2 sheets for this because I cut it kind of weird. And then we have airplanes with suitcases and a little globe and some blue polka dots on the back. And this is all made with accent opaque cardstock. This is a 100-pound cardstock. You can color on it, and since it's toner, anything that's black you can go ahead and run through your laminator or your foil machines, your minks, and you can foil the black because with toner reactive foil. So this one we have some little suitcases, cameras, sunglasses, little globes, hearts, lots of cute little things, and it says Wanderlust on it. On the back side is some green plaid. And then we have some green polka dots on a green background. And this has more globes, hearts, and little suitcases. Super cute. And then my favorite, like my absolute favorite one, is the one with the little Vespas and the cameras. It says sightseeing. You have a little Polaroid and little hearts all over it. On the back side of this is some more little plaid. It's little, like, I don't know, it's not really pink, it's more like coral color, I guess. And then we have some little hearts with a blue background, and we have little hearts, cameras, and Polaroids on this side. So, and that is the paper that comes with the kit. And then we also have this fun stencil that comes with the kit as well. Might look better on, can you see it? Yeah, you can see it better on the black. So, but it's the earth with a little plane, like a little jet setter plane going around. I thought it would be fun to dry emboss this and then to color the earth with greens and blues and then color the jet. But this would also be fun for any scrapbooking, because I know a lot of people travel in the summer, which I feel like this is a great time to start with all the travel scrapbooking, getting your pages ready. Now, if you are a subscriber, the paper cuts. Thank you. I appreciate that. The paper does cut, and I love how the paper cuts. It's nice and smooth. You will get some white 5/8 of an inch wide organza ribbon on a wooden little spool. And I showed earlier, if you do the replay, if you were a little late, I showed in the replay how you can color it and stamp on it. Just don't use the VersaFine Claire because it does bleed. We figured that out because I didn't know. So, but it's a lot of fun. You can color it with your Copics or any other alcohol markers. What else? What else? What else? What else? So that is the kit. Excuse me, I need a drink of water really fast. Ah, that's better. Much better than a coughing fit. The other new thing in the store is my book. If you have the digital copy, you can, and you are more of a touchy-feely kind of person, it now comes with a nice wire spiral bound, and you can just flip through the book and keep it on your desk. It's 8x5, and there's little areas in the back if you want to do your own sketches. Emma, little Miss Emma, I know she'll be doing that here pretty soon. But you can see most of the sketches have little samples for you that are really old, because I did this book back in, I very first published this, I think, like back in 2012. So this was thought of way before Crafty Stamp Co. I do have volume 2 that will hopefully be out by Christmas Our wonderful team is helping out with samples with the new sketches, so I can't wait to see what everyone's going to make. So if there's lots of sketches, there's 120 in this one, there's going to be 120 in volume 2. And my sketchbook that I keep when I'm making cards has over 400 sketches. So there's going to be a lot more books to come out. So this is new in the store. What's also new in the store is these cute, awesome little spinners. If you saw my card last week, I had some smaller ones. And the small ones I found were a little bit hard to get the adhesive on them. They're great if you want to hide them, but they're a little bit hard. So I tracked down the manufacturer and I got a whole bunch of these bigger ones. These are 10 millimeter on the bottom, which is this bigger side, not that side. But they're 10 millimeter, which is, you can see it's a lot easier. And you can get these in the store right now. They are in there in packs of 10 for $7.99. So not incredibly expensive. And they make a card a lot of fun, but you can get 10 of these for $7.99. So, and then don't forget about the kit. You want to get registered for the kit because we only buy as much as we need. So definitely get the kit. We also have more of the crafty dots coming as well. We're just waiting for the shipment to come in. So I will see you guys later. Meg, let me know when you want to get together. And I hope you guys have a good week. Don't forget to go over to the blog and see the tutorial on Danny's cute little card. And we'll have more cute card tutorials and videos coming as well. You'll have the team doing some unboxing this week so they can show you what it's like when it comes in the mail for you. And then what else? I think that's it for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell, and don't forget to run over and get on our newsletter if you want to see all the blog updates. And that way you don't miss any of the great tutorials and the tips and tricks that are coming your way. So I will see you guys later. I hope you have a good rest of your week. And it's hump day. So go out. Enjoy the sun if you have sun. I have sun. So go enjoy the sun. I'll see you guys later. Bye.